Hi, I'm Richard, one of the founders of Dead Squad Paintball, and today I'm here at ALTAI to give you an example of some of the equipment that's going to help you outperform at the sport of paintball. The first piece of equipment I want to show you is the Paintball Gun, or as we refer to it as the Paintball Marker. This is the piece of equipment that you're going to use to fire paintballs at the opposing team. The next piece of equipment that you're probably going to run across when playing paintball is the compressed air tank. This compressed air tank actually holds 68 cubic inches of compressed air compressed to 4,500 psi. This air tank attaches to the rear of the marker, and every time that you pull the trigger, a little burst of air is going to be released, and this is what's going to propel the paintball out of the barrel towards the opponent. The third piece of equipment that you're going to run across is the Paintball Hopper. Now this is imperative because what this is going to do is sit atop of the marker and actually hold up to 200 paintballs. It uses a mechanical mechanism to force feed the paintballs down into the marker to provide a sustained rate of fire. Now the paintball marker, air tank, and hopper are fun, but they're definitely not the most important piece of equipment that you're going to need to outperform at the sport of paintball. That is going to be your paintball goggles or paintball mask. The paintball mask is actually going to protect your eyes, your face, and your ears from the impact of a paintball if you get shot in the head. Despite what you might have heard, paintball actually is an incredibly safe sport, as long as you're wearing your paintball mask on the field at all times. The paintball mask, it actually features special lenses that are rated by the industry to absorb an impact from a paintball fired up to 300 feet per second. As long as you're wearing your paintball mask on the field at all times, you don't have to worry about any injury to your eyes or face. Now, one piece of equipment that you probably haven't given a whole lot of thought to is a good pair of boots. Boots are really important to the sport of paintball because they're going to provide you with several features. One is if you are carrying a lot of equipment and you're worried about spraining or rolling your ankle, you may want to consider a pair of boots that are higher cut, like this 8-inch. Now, if you're faster and you're looking for more mobility and you're not worried about protecting your ankle as much, you might want to consider something like a lower cut 6-inch model. If you're going to be running through the mud or slippery conditions or making that charge up the hill for the win, you're going to want an aggressive tread on your boot. Really, what I like best about these boots is how incredibly lightweight they are. When you're running around for an entire day or 2 or 3 for a giant big game or a large scenario event, you really don't want to have to worry about your feet becoming fatigued because of the extra weight. So you may have heard me use the term scenario game or big game, giant game. Those are essentially special events where you can have, as many as 1,200 players all on the field at the same time, fighting against each other. So for an example, CPX Sports, you may be familiar with the Living Legends series of paintball put on by Viper. Now, these giant scenario games like that are actually a little bit different than what you would normally see at a paintball field if you're playing at a birthday party or a bachelor party or something like that. If you're playing what we call walk-on play, where you're not part of an organized team, you definitely can still have a great time with paintball. Most of the equipment is available for rent for you to get started if you have, just want to try it out and see what it feels like. But I guarantee once you get hit by your first paintball, as soon as you get over that initial rush of "ow, I just got hit by a paintball," that adrenaline rush is going to keep you coming back for more. Now, scenario games are essentially composed of teams like Dead Squad and other semi-professional teams, but then also incorporates anyone who just wants to walk up and show up for the day. Scenario games are typically 2 to 3 sides, depending on how the event is structured, and each team or each side is going to have a general. The general is responsible for recruiting other teams to fight for that side, as well as orchestrating any walk-on players that just want to have a good time, but aren't potentially part of a smaller team. Dead Squad Paintball is proud to be sponsored by ALTAI. ALTAI is the official boot sponsor of our team, and like ALTAI itself, we feel that we're both born to outperform, which is why this makes this an excellent partnership. If you're interested in Dead Squad or the sport of paintball in general, I encourage you to check out our website at deadsquadpaintball.com. Of course, you can also find us on Facebook for the latest videos, photos of our events, and our upcoming schedule. Just search for Dead Squad Paintball on Facebook.